By anyone else's standards, I would have been marked bad 15 minutes into the first class. But this wasn't my fault. The class was just boring. What else was I supposed to do to keep myself entertained? Did I mention I had ADHD? Telling that to the teachers would just confirm to them that I was disruptive. So instead, I left them in the dark. They came expecting to teach, but the kids were doing anything but learning. And me? Oh, I was in the back doing the worm. Maybe I was a little bad. You might be wondering, what role did I actually play in disrupting my 7th grade science class? Low-key, by the teacher's answer, I was probably the ringleader. A little evil fart with only one thing in mind, to make her life the hardest it's ever been. Even harder than yesterday. See, but it wasn't always like this. Every day we were assigned silent readings. My mind scans 30 pages a second, even though after the first 3 words pierce the barrier of my skull, I think, bro, what am I doing? Sales? I already know this. And in the same second, I was leaning over to my neighbor. Then I'd be called the problem. But no. The problem was that I finished the 45-minute assignment in 15 minutes. Then I'm pretty sure I also finished that fast when I did it 2 years ago. That left me an extra 30 minutes of free time, and if the work wasn't entertaining me, then fine, I'll do it myself. In my mind, I was a good student who got bored. It wasn't as if I hated the science teacher or anything. Well, at least not before she told me, you won't amount to anything. Ouch, right? No, that one stunk. After that, I was in the limbo of, damn, am I really the bad kid? A couple weeks later, I got into a fight. Oh, you already know she ate that up. Finally, this kid gets some time. I know that's what she was thinking. Unbeknownst to her, the kid I fought said some not so kind words about my sister who passed away a few years before, which made me feel as though the only option left was to fight. I mean, what else is there to do when someone stoops to that level, is what I thought. Luckily for me, the dean of students had a heart, because instead of being expelled, I was only suspended. I mean, that, and he had my test scores. My 100% on the math standardized test single-handedly bumped the school's bad average from a D to a C. When I returned to school, all my friends were hyped like, oh, look who's back. But for some reason, I still felt like the bad kid. Until one day, my math teacher pulled me to the side after I disrupted the class. He told me, you're too smart to be doing this. You know that, right? Those words and the question of good and bad stuck with me even through high school. I was accepted into the #1 best public high school in Detroit. Good, right? I scored among the top 5 on the SAT for my new school. Also good, right? But one day, while walking to class, I was asked to come to the office. Okay, let me just explain now, because it sounds way worse than it actually was. But I was out of uniform, and the vice principal asked me to give her my coat as collateral for the spare polo shirt that she gave me to wear. And yes, there was a knife in the inside pocket. A bad turned extra bad. But I needed it for protection. A couple months prior to this happening, my dad had been shot just up the street from the school, and I walked home on those same streets. I wasn't gonna risk being unprotected. That could turn bad real fast. But being caught with a knife meant automatic expulsion, and I knew it. Ready to accept whatever punishment, I walked into the dean's office, and all he said was, really? With my student profile pulled up on the computer, displaying my grades, test scores, and extracurriculars, the numbers were good. He knew there were actual bad kids in the school. I wasn't bad. I just wasn't good. Averaged out with my grades, and he let me stay. I got protected by the system, unlike some of my friends who got expelled for much less. Olin is a different story. Here, we're all adults, and as such, we get a lot more responsibility. Instead of getting a 0 and getting full-on blasted with embarrassment from one late homework assignment, we get in, are you okay? No, seriously. Are you okay is the Olin acronym for the form that professors fill out when they're worried about our grades. And there's no fights here. There's arguments, but ain't nobody about to throw hands. So it's pretty easy to be good here. And what I've begun to think is there are no good or bad kids, just kids. It's up to whatever system you're in to sort out good and bad. But Lord knows there are some downright terrible systems. I've learned to look for systems that I fit into more naturally, systems where I can be myself and leave the good and bad behind. So I challenge you, look at the system you're joining next and make sure that it's a good fit for you. Thank you.